What's going on, everybody? This is Chris, Crypto Secret X, place we talk about crypto. And today, the stock market is really crashing. And I know we're sitting here, and a lot of people feel like it's pretty rough. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. We're probably on the cusp of one of the biggest bull runs that we have ever seen. Signs are all there. And here's the thing we got to make sure we're looking at is that this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. This is what we experienced during the last bear market when we were going through that bear market. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm going to show you some things that shows you that, hey, this is just a bump in the road on our road to those millions. But before I go any further, you know what we got to do. Let's go ahead and cue the intro. Again, I want to thank y'all for joining me here this evening, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. That helps the channel grow. And of course, the market is red, man. The market is red. I know it's it's not the type of market we want to see. We wanted to see everything run up and go. And I'm just going to tell you one thing. It's coming, but it's going to be a process. Okay, there's some things that you got to point out, and I was just looking at it, some few articles, and I want to point something out to you. President Trump made a statement, and this is why you got to look at the sentiments of where every administration wants to go. But President Trump's viewpoints on the dollar, and I made some notes of this too. When it comes to the U.S. dollar, this is President Trump's sentiments on the dollar. The U.S. dollar was that a strong dollar could negatively impact American manufacturing and exports, what we send out. He believed that when the dollar is too strong, it makes the U.S. goods more expensive for foreign buyers, which can hurt American companies' competitiveness in the international markets. Throughout his presidency, Trump expressed concerns that a strong dollar could contribute to trade imbalances, make it harder for American manufacturers to sell their products overseas. He often suggests now that a weaker dollar could benefit U.S. exports, making them more affordable for foreign markets. Additionally, Trump criticized the policies of the Federal Reserve regarding interest rates and argued that the Fed's decision contributed to the dollar's strength. He advocated for more favorable exchange rates to support the American business and boost economy growth. Overall, Trump's perspective was that a balanced approach to the dollar's strength was essential for promoting U.S. economic interests, particularly in the context of global trade. Now, when he talks about global trade, that's one of the things that he has to see. And I got a phone call. I really need to take this. I do apologize. So I'm going to take a small break and I'll be right back.
Make sure you hit that subscribe and hit that bell notification as it helps the algorithm grow. And if you want to follow me on any other platforms, you can follow me by typing in Crypto Secret X. Now, let's talk crypto.
I do apologize, but I had to take that call. And so that was kind of an important one right there. But as you see, President Trump believed that the dollar being strong could hurt economic trade. And that's one of the things that he's been big on in making America great. So let's look at a few things. And this is just something I want you to look at because, normally, people love to go to charts. And there's some things in the charts I look at, but charts just determines human behavior and also big business behavior. There was also another thing that I looked up that I wanted to point out to you that I had to research on is basically why would companies want to sell? Like what are some of the reasons that company wants need to sell? And so for let me see if I can scroll back up. These are that was market sentiments. All right. I just put during tax season, what are some major reasons why companies will want to sell? And here are some of the cash outflows. Major companies may need to allocate significant cash reserves to meet their tax obligations. Okay. They can reduce the amount of cash available for investment, stocks, buybacks, or other market activities. Two, tax payment time. As companies prepare to make large tax payments, they might liquidate some assets to ensure they have sufficient liquidity, which can lead to an increase in selling pressure on stocks and other investments. Investment behavior. Individual investors may also sell off investments to cover their tax liabilities, especially if they anticipate the need of cash to pay taxes on capital gains from previous investments. Market sentiments. The anticipation of tax payments can create uncertainty in the market, potentially leading to more conservative investment strategies. This may reduce the volume and liquidity as investors hold back buying and selling. Cash flows management. Companies may often reassess their cash flow. Overall, tax season can affect liquidity to the extent of the impact of various bases over all economic conditions, company strategies, and market sentiments at any time. So, April 15th, we're right around tax time. And we still have to deal with some of the we have to deal with the Biden tax laws and stuff like that, capital gains and things like that. So, there is so much now with the tariffs and getting the business in, all this stuff. Now, I'm going to play a video for you, which dates back 3 years ago that I did 3 years ago. And this is what the market was like 3 years ago. This was possibly, when I was just now starting to understand what cryptocurrency is about. And I want to share that video with you. And I'm going to kind of jump around because I want you to see this was 3 years ago now. Matter of fact, to this date, it was when was this video actually released? January 22nd, 2022. Okay? 2022. Right now it's 2025. So this is actually a little bit longer than 3 years ago. And I'm going to show you this video so you can actually take a look at it and just see what the market was back then. Okay? So let's go ahead and get this up here so you guys can see it. And I'm going to date back. I'm going to move myself here right now. But just listen to some of the stuff that was going on in the market during this time. And this was doing a rough time now. Today, we're going to talk about cryptocurrency, the prices, entry points, what's going on, why the price is so low. And let's start off with looking at Bitcoin, which at this moment at 12:04 is at $35,113. $35,113. I know that's an all-time low. It's down 8.51%. Solana down 22.35% at $95.88. But I'm just going over some of the ones I have. Axie Infinity is at $50.58. Down 21%. You got ADA is at $1.07, down 9.77%. My Digibyte people, Digibyte is down to a penny, almost at $2, down 17.35%. Grit 41%. But today we're going to talk about that because I know a lot of times when when people first get into crypto, they want to know what's the best coins to buy. They're new to it, and they may not understand what's really going on. But people who've been in crypto for a little bit or a little time, you begin to understand that these dips are great opportunities. That was 3 years ago. I was giving you prices. We were talking about Bitcoin was low at $35,000, and now people are saying, "Oh, it's low." What is the price? It's $78,000. Oh, let's go further. This is 3 years ago. So Let's go ahead and great time to buy. That was just the market overview. Let's go a little further.
These are great entry points, and I mean, I don't say just go all in and buy, like just spend your whole life savings, but this is the time when you need to start accumulating. You don't accumulate as the stock goes up. You know, you buy when it's down. When it's down like this is the best time to buy because you don't spend as much money to get, one stock. Bitcoin. It's a great time to invest in Bitcoin now. It's $35,000. I think it may go down a little further. I'm still holding. So I'm kind of like, looking at the dollar, kind of buying a little bit here, holding, buying a little bit here, holding. That's my method. Now, one of the main ones I'm getting very bullish on is Solana. I'm getting very bullish on Solana, and I'll just give you my coins that I'm getting very bullish on. Solana, I would be buying Solana now. Anytime it's down around the 90s, 80s, I would be buying Solana now. Even if I had money in other tokens, I would be transferring that to Solana. Cardano, I would be buying Cardano now. At $1.07, I would be buying Cardano right now. Avalanche, which is Avalanche. And what I'm doing, I'm actually giving y'all all the proof of stakes, which I would really be investing in right now is proof of stakes. So I'm going to give you my top coins that you really need to look at. And the reason I say proof of stakes because they're energy efficient. And, a lot of the proof of stakes were going up. We have a golden opportunity to buy. So I'm going to give you a few of these. With that being said, I'm not a financial advisor, but I am giving you advice on what I'm doing. So I'm not telling you just to go out and do it. I'm doing this myself.
Years ago.
Avalanche, $58.13. I would be buying. It is a proof of stake. It is financial. Avalanche is an open source platform launching decentralized finances, enterprise blockchain. It is a financial
doing all right.
Proof of stake. If you can get XRP, I will be buying XRP now. Ripple Protocol Financial. Yes, they are in court. Yes, they're still in trial, but Ripple is now 57 cents. 57 cents. Even if Ripple...
Did y'all hear that? Then Ripple was 57 cents. 57. And now people going crazy because it's like the dollar right now. Look,
get out. Even if Ripple gets slapped on the hand, they still here and they get like a $5 thing. 57 cents. You cannot go wrong with that. If you can get XRP, get XRP. The other one, I will be getting Matic, Polygon. Reason being, it is a proof of stake and it is a platform. And it is what? $1.52. Yeah, I feel like somebody let me loose in a candy store, man. I'm telling you. And I mean, right now, I know this is crazy, but I'm hoping, don't go up anytime soon. Just stay down because these are golden opportunities, people. I can't explain to you any more than that. These are golden opportunities. When that stock market is down, the feds are giving us a gift. They say they're raising inflation. I understand that. But just understand this. There is no way, trust me when I say, there is no way the government is going to allow their financial institutions to plummet and crash. They will save it. What the stock market, I tell you two things the stock market is going to do. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. And when it goes down, these are golden opportunities. This is how people get rich, y'all.
Good job.
They understand that they buy in the dip, various dips, and then they sell on the highs. And they know this. They've been in the stock market long enough where they know that even though it's down, it's going to recover. It is going to recover. As long, you know what I say? As long as you're living, you're going to come out. It's like that in life. It's like that in life. Like, you're going to go through some hard times. As long as you're living, you go through some hard times. Then you're going to go through some good times. You can go through some in-between times. There are 3 points in life. You're either in a storm, you're either coming out of a storm, or you're either heading for a storm. And right now, we are in a storm.
So where we at right now? Where are we at? That was 3 years ago. Talked about some of those coins, and Solana actually went down to like $9. All-time high we saw at 200, I believe, and $95. Saw when we was buying it, and I got a lot of Solana. So the thing about it is that during these times is where you have to band together. Like, listen to me. Like, invest in the market and being a part of community is like being a part of a church. Okay. All right. You deal with life Monday through Thursday, Saturday. You deal with life. Sunday. Now of course, you need to have some prayer life in there. But Sunday, you get that's like supposed to be like one of your refilling days. You understand? So now we're in the market right now, and things are down. And 3 years ago, we were saying things are down. But here's the thing: 3 years earlier, if you fast forward that, what I was talking about, XRP was 57 cents, $3 and something. Solana was like 90 something, $295. And so this is the time. This is why you always take profit, because and then you buy the dips, because when you buy in the dips like that, these prices that they're talking about, we're still in the green. Like, even if for me to be in the reds, Bitcoin needs to go all the way down past $15,000. Solana needs to come all the way down past like 80, 70 some dollars. And then they'll be like, okay, now I'm back to bear market and I'm just gonna buy more. Listen, I don't understand. Now, here's the thing: people don't want to be in a bear market. But this is the time where, of course, it's tax season. So some companies and some people in crypto can't afford to really heat back in, because they know we made big gains in that last run here lately. And so you gotta pay your capital gains on that and things like that. You gotta pay those gains. And so that's just a part of it. But when it goes low, I'm gonna be DCAing. And so now I took profit at a higher mark. And so now it's like I got like money on the side that I can invest in. I don't like, when I first started, and I'm just be real honest with you. When I first started, I was like waiting until I got paid. Like, okay, like 3 or 4, 5 years ago, I would be like, okay, when I get paid, I'm gonna put this in. And it got to the point where I was like putting a lot, like once I paid all my bills and stuff, I was putting everything into the stock market. I was putting everything in the crypto. You understand? I was going heavy, like heavy. I was sacrificing a lot to get there. You're not gonna get there overnight, but I was sacrificing. But in the process, when it ran up, I took some profit. So now I'm not waiting. Like, I'm not waiting for no check. I got money now that I can put in there. I can move it. I can make shake and bake. But it's a process. So now we're sitting right here in the middle of some downtime. And, we saw Bitcoin, like we were saying, I can show you videos. We said Bitcoin's going to 100,000. Everybody's going to get out. I want to look at a little bit more of this video here, and then I'm going to come right back to you. But let's get into a little bit more. This stuff 3 years ago.
But in the midst of the storm, that's where, like I say, God is. That's where the Savior is. In the midst of the storm, people, listen. This is a golden opportunity. Look at proof of stake. I'm giving you 5 top coins that if you do not have in your portfolio, you need to get. And I can tell you right off the top of my head: Matic, Solana, XRP. One more. I got one more in here. Cardano, which is number 4, and Avalanche, which is number 5. Those are like long-term investment coins that I would have. Now, metaverse wise, I would be invested in Mana and Sandbox. Now, I have a little discrepancy with these gaming tokens, because they're proof of work. And I know that takes a lot of energy. Now,
And it's cool.
my theory, this is just my theory on how I think they're going to do this. Matic, Solana, XRP are platforms you can build off of. They can support and they can scale. With that being said, if I had to make an investment in the metaverse, I would be investing in Apple, Google, and proof of stake platforms.
Woo!
That's just me.
Woo-hoo!
Mark this day down.
Woo!
January 22nd, 2022.
Woo!
Remember what I told you when it comes to that metaverse thing. But get those tokens in your wallet. Get them now. Hold on, people. Tough times don't last forever. It is going to get better, but this is a golden opportunity for us new investors just coming in. The financial God says, here's your chance. You missed it on Bitcoin. You missed it on Ethereum. Here's your chance. You missed it on Solana. But here's your chance. Get in while you can. With that being said, also,
Man, I got to give myself what? Hold on, man. Let me give myself. Let's see. What's up with my sounds? That right there. That right there. I said, man, that's all right, young buck. That's all right, young buck. Let me see, young buck. Young buck didn't do too bad. I don't know if I can hear my horns or not. See, I ain't hearing my horns. Anyway, if I was going to be investing in the metaverse, it's kind of bad. You know, you got the AI. I would be investing in Apple, Google. All that's AI. Before AI came out, they're getting into AI and all that stuff. So, you know, that ain't bad, young buck. XRP, Cardano, Solana. Yep. We missed it then and we got a chance to listen. Just don't panic, man. Don't panic. Just relax. Now, I think liquidity's coming back. Here's the thing. President Trump has already told us so many words. Look, don't look at the stock market because it's going to get rough. As a matter of fact, it's going to get nasty because I want business here that lowers the job unemployment rate. I want the Fed's lower interest rates, so I'm not going to print up more money, and I'm going to slow the economy down to the point that you lower interest rates. I'm going to weaken the dollar so the exports will be better to go out. I'm going to kill the interest rates that the Feds won't lower, so that's going to make things go. And then on the second part of that, I'm going to kill the oil. I'm going to slash programs here that I don't think is necessary. I'm going to use Elon to do that. And, you know, that's the dirty work. I'm going to get that money in the drilling. Let's see. I mean, you see it firsthand. And I'm going to establish a cryptocurrency strategic reserve. But I'm not going to raise taxes now. And I'm not going to increase our deficit. So y'all come up with a way that we can buy more. So what are other countries doing now? China's trying to lower because what? China and their leader, whatever, I keep forgetting his name, and all these boys in competition. So you don't think that, why would you think President Trump would come out and just say, hey, we're going to buy more Bitcoin? Do you know what the other countries would do on top of that? They would be buying Bitcoin like crazy. Why? Because they would want to get a heads up on the United States. So why not play dumb? Hey, we're only going to keep the crypto that we have. Boom. To tell you one thing, they do another. Come on, man. Y'all falling for the okie doke if y'all think they gonna shake me up. Man, I'm sitting here now, I'm just waiting. That son of a gun drop. It could drop. I'm gonna hang around because I know one thing, they are not gonna let the economy go. They're not gonna let the economy and America fall apart. You got to understand that. That's not about to happen. Now, we're going to get other companies here, or we will kill. I will stop and charge more for one of the biggest consumers of imports, America, the biggest consumer of imports, not exports, imports. We bring in a bunch of imports. We are the biggest consumer. So you think, can't believe y'all falling for this, man. Let's see if we I think I got it right here. Let me see if I can pull that up. I think I got it. This might be the site. I'm gonna go to this site right now. I'm gonna show y'all something. That's let me show y'all this right here. I found this the other day. I was see, pull this up. I think this is it. I think this is it right here. Yep. I want y'all to look at this right here. Let me show y'all this. Y'all know this even exists. This is the U.S. This is the U.S. debt real time. Okay, U.S. debt real time. All right, the U.S. debt, $36 trillion. U.S. federal spending, $7 trillion. U.S. federal budget deficit, $2 trillion. All right, now, and this is steady running. The U.S. Total interest paid, $5.3 trillion. Now we look over here at these particular things. You have this, a U.S. federal tax revenue, $5 trillion. Revenue per citizen, 14,000. They got it all here. U.S. gross domestic products, 29 trillion. Total workers' compensation, 15 trillion. Total federal state tax spending, 12 trillion. Total debt, the GDP, 132%. Revenue GDP, 32%. Spending, the GDP ratio, 40%. Now look at this right here. Look at this. All right. U.S. debt interest. This is our U.S. debt interest. This is our money creation. But you can see our U.S. debt interest right here, what we paid. And this is the total, the U.S. national debt. That's our national debt. Doge clock, savings, $1,000 per tax person. Got it all right here for you. You can see it. 1960, you see U.S. federal debt to the GDP ratio. In 1960, it was at 53.14%. In 1980, it was at 34.53%. In 2000, it was at 58.81%. Now it's at 122.47%. We can go in the time machine. We can look at the world debt clocks. Let's look at the world debt clocks right here. Let's go to the world debt clocks. All right, U.S. national debt, 36. Now look at everybody else's debt. China, 15 trillion. Germany, 3. Japan, 12. You see all that? Look at everybody else's debt. 1.1 trillion. 220 billion. But look at the United States debt. $36.5 trillion. Public debt ratio, 100.23%. The extended debt to the GDP ratio is 91.79%. Anyone remotely even close to us is China, sitting at 15.9 trillion. Now, let's look at another one. Let's look at our imports to exports. I want to show y'all something. So let's look at the U.S. Exports to imports. Okay, trade partners. We're gonna look at this and we're gonna pull this up, and I want to show. I want to let you see this. Let's see, here's that. Exports. Yep, this is where I want y'all to see right here. Now, 2023 destination. This is why those tariffs hit. Look at this. This is our yearly export to each country. We have a $1.86 trillion debt here. Canada 14%. Look at the three major ones. China 8.27% and Mexico 13.1%. Look at everybody else. 5, 2, 1. It's really none. South Korea 3.3. That's why these three were majorly hit. A destination, click a country. Canada, exports $269 billion. Now let's go to imports. See if we can go to our imports. Personal travel, that's not a problem. I want to go because I want you to see what I was talking about right here. And you can see it where we just have a lot more money going out than coming in. And so we gotta, I'm just basically telling you, we gotta equal those things out now. And so let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's go, let me scroll up here. This is US exports. Crude 6.7, refined petroleum, the two of our biggest ones. You got to export 125 billion, 107 billion. That's what our exports. Now look at our imports. Now we can get it. Imports 456 billion, 436, 14%. Originals, click, Canada, 410 billion. That's our imports. Our exports, 269 billion, 154 billion, 243 billion. Now let's go imports. Let's go Canada, 269 billion. $410 billion. See the difference? So it's 200 some billion that we they buy from us, and it's 400 some billion we buy from them. Mexico, we buy 400 imports. We buy $456 billion worth of imports from them. Okay, we export to Mexico. Show you where we export. 243 billion. So that's over $200 billion extra that they get from us. What I'm breaking down to you is, all right, now China, $154 billion is exported. Import from China, $436 billion. That's over $300 billion more than we purchase from China. Now, imports, cars. Imports, $208 billion in cars that we import. For its export, without cars, God, dog. Oh, yeah. $65 billion. See that? It's a crazy imbalance. It's all right here for you so you can see it. A lot of people don't even know this stuff. Crude, export, we send out $125 billion in crude petroleum. That's what we send out. What we import, crude oil. Let's see what we import. 170 billion. See what I'm saying? So this is like what a lot. So the top import cars, 208 billion. Top origin, 456. So in 2020, the United States imported 3 trillion, making it the #1 trade destination in the world. During the last 5 reported years of imports, the United States charged by 491 billion from 2.5 trillion in 2018. The most recent imports are led by cars, crude, broadcasting equipment, computers, motor vehicles. The most common imports for the United States are Mexico, China, and Canada. There it is, y'all. There it is right there. The most common import partners for the U.S., I'm going to tell you again, Mexico, $456 billion that send it there. China, 436 billion, and Canada, 410 billion. That's over. Now you're getting into roughly about 1 point something trillion dollars. So I think that's why we're seeing the tariffs. So you got to go deeper, man. We got to get out our emotions, man. We got to get out of emotions. Got to start looking at numbers. Got to start seeing what's really going on behind the scene. So once we start seeing what's going on behind the scene, now we're starting to understand. But just a balancing power. So things are going to get what? And here's the thing. Every president has their own agenda. Now, I'm not doing this to like go on the side, but when it comes to this president, his main agenda, and he's kept telling us this, he wants to make America great. His eyes are great. Now, people are saying, I know people say this, but what is great then? Was it slavery time? What was great? Here's a person that likes money, loves money, wants America to be the superpower. And he sees it that, hey, you know what? Here's my challenge. Can I get this deficit down? Can I get the economy back rolling? Can I get it back to the good old days where businesses was booming here and people were working in factories and farmers was working and America, everything coming out of America was American strong. We weren't so dependent upon this. And of course, now you start talking about somebody who was back in the days. So that man woman thing, you know that what I'm talking about? It was different back then. So that's just their agenda. And so you got to look at it and understand. So now when it comes to the market, I already know this guy's not going to let the market just crash under his presidency. This is a guy that when COVID was in, was talking about, we got to open the schools back up. We got to open the market because he didn't want to go into a recession, not under him. So now what he's saying is, you know what? It's going to get worse before it gets better. But I got a plan. That's just his plan. And you know what? Here's one thing I do understand. When it comes to leadership, you can never make everybody happy. Never. And there's always going to be some people that suffer. DEI, a lot of people of color, we're going to suffer. And here's the thing. Let me speak to you for this. Be really candid. And I don't want to make it seem like what DEI people of like Black people of color feel like they're asking for a handout. No, that's not what DEI is all about. people say, well, we got to lower our standards. We got to hire. No, you don't have to hire. But I'm going to be frank. I just going to speak to you for a minute. And let's get, if we dance around stuff, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Here's the bottom line. America, if you look at, let me show you something. First, I want to show you this right. Just real quick. Let's see if I can pull this up here for you. Okay. This is pretty good. I wish I had this. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Well, I'm going to pull this up. Let's see. This may be it. Might not be showing me where I really want. But the other one did. So I'm going to go back here. Because I want you to understand. Now, and I understand because I look at it two ways. But I am going to speak candid to this because one thing about it, I do think you can't dance around stuff and you can't act like stuff is not there. Okay. But here's the bottom line. This is one of the things that I think a lot of people really don't understand. I'm just going to address it a little bit here, just a little bit, and then I want you to talk about it. So I'm going to go to this right here. And now I'm kind of getting off subject because I'm talking about program slashing and understanding that you got a president, but then people are number one. In 2022, the U.S. population was 58.9 white, non-Hispanic, 19 Hispanic Latino, with Black, Asian, multiracial population, also a significant showing growth diversity. Here is a more detailed breakdown. White in America, it was 58.9%. Hispanic, 19.1%. Black, all that, it's kind of all in one, 19%. So other than white, about 19% of people make up the other part of the population of America. Now, when we talk about the United States of America, we understand that whites came from over and from the Europe, and they, Indians were here. Of course, we know. We learned that in history. Indians were here. Whites came here to get away from the European king, queen leadership there and start their own colonies. Okay. Then they went and bought blacks over here, paid for them, brought them into slavery. So we understand it, that we've already passed that. Okay, now we fast forwarded well past slavery, well past segregation. We're gonna fast forward past all of that stuff, all of that, and we're gonna come right now to where we are to this day. All right, now we understand that over the past few years, blacks have also been able to accumulate wealth in America, whether it's through athletics, whether it's through music, whether it's, we had some through business, but now we have been able to accrue wealth. At the same time, there are still main corporations and businesses that there is a white man in charge, a Caucasian, how you put it. So what basically when people worry about DI, what they're basically saying is I want to get an opportunity. I know business is saying I don't want to be obligated to hire a black person, but what black people feel like is that if I walk into Apple right now and you got a CEO position, and I went to Harvard, this guy right here went to let's say Georgia. We walk in the office, and even though I've graduated from Harvard and our skills are comparable. We can do the same job. We have the same abilities. We can move. They just feel like because I'm a black guy, they're not going to hire me. They're going to hire this white guy. That's basically it. Now, in actuality, sometimes that is true. Sometimes it's not. Uh, I believe in the best person getting the job, but I also believe in people doing for themselves, creating businesses, opportunities, working together, learning to work together as a group of people, put things together to establish, to build. That I believe that. I believe in the hard work part of it. And I believe that one good thing about America, that the country is free and that you have the option also to build your own. So I think there's a lot of opportunity here. Um, but the overall sentiments for me, I believe God is in total control of everything. So if God got something for you, like he always say, if you're a true Christian, God got something for you. Don't matter what, you're gonna get it. If it's for you, if it's meant for you to have, you're gonna get it. So you just gotta understand that. And so, but I understand that uh, President Trump had discussed, and when it talks about cutting in budget, like three of the main things, when I pulled up, it was the three things. It was like education, social reform, and government. Social programs and government. And that's basically what they're cutting to get the money to be able to drill in the United States. To get that money, you've got to slim down government in order to be able to build without increasing the debt, without printing up more money, which will lead to inflation, which he's not going to print up more money because he also wants to corner the Fed to lower interest rates. So that's what I'm saying. The market is going to get rough before it gets better. But if the plan works out, then you're going to see something like this. Major companies are going to start coming back to America and building here with tariffs. Jerome Powell is going to have to lower interest rate because no money's moving because of the tariffs and because no money is being printed up. So therefore, you cannot have inflation. So you have to lower interest rates. The money needed to drill and the money needed to purchase Bitcoin for a strategic reserve means you have to slice other programs. Education, I do understand that we do need a Department of Education, but at the same time, when America is, let's see where we rank in education. Where does America rate? Where? Let's see here. We're going to see right now. Where does America rate in education to? U.S. measures worldwide. The U.S. ranks in data, including 37 to 41 countries, depending on where it's collected. The U.S. ranked eighth out of 41 countries in proportion to people with at least a secondary or high school education, with 92% of its people, 25 to 65, holding a high school diploma. Let's see what else we got. How does the U.S. measure up worldwide? It kind of depends on when you say it. Looking at that right now. That's what I'm looking for right now. Okay, I don't see that right there. But I do want to pull up where America rates. So right now they say 8th out of 41. President Trump says we're dead last. Let's see if the U.S. I'm looking at the U.S. War Report and see if that holds up. Okay. Let's see here. We're at the bottom. Yet we're number 40. Okay. Spending. Details. Let's see. Fat. Leave it to the left wing, the fat check. Less than half of fourth and eighth graders are performing at proficient levels. Okay, it is not clear over the rankings. Trump is referring to the White House and not provide answers. Asked by U.S. News for details and source, and the president comments. Harrison Fields, principal and deputy press secretary at the White House, responded, "Leave it to left-wing fact checkers to defend our nation's failing education system attack." Okay, that's not it. But anyway, right now, what I did see is eighth out of 41. I'm gonna fact check that to be sure. But the thing about it is that programs, education, and government is going to be cut now. And who does that hurt? That hurts like working people. That hurts people that's of non-white ethnicity. It hurts our children. But at the same time, we've got a whole place. So there are some cuts coming, and some of the cuts they hurt people. And when you in leadership, I see the thing whereas, and this is what if the plan works out, that means America's gonna own their own oil and gas. Business is gonna come back. What's the downside of it? Because there is some downside. Tariffs, consumers are gonna suffer with it for a while. They may suffer long depending on how business get used to paying these prices. Second part of that, you start digging in the ocean. Sea life, marine life could be affected. Water. If you cut the education and turn over to the states, schools may not be funded correctly. Therefore, there may be a lack of getting school teachers and things like that. And if you cut social service programs, then what that means is people who really need the help may not be able to get it. And so there's plus and minuses to both sides. And that goes back to the book Heroes Villain. It kind of depends on which side you are. Those people who are in investments, their thing is they want the economy to start going back again. They want the economy to start booming. So that's what they're waiting on. And so we got, it's a lot. It's a lot. But at the same time, we've been through tough times before. And it's not like we haven't made it. You think about times you've been through in life, you've been through tough times before, and you made it. So just like we made it then, we're going to make it now. Got it? And so tough times don't last for tough people. So you're going to make it. DCAN, like I'm DCAN, I bought me some more XRP. Solana's Ethereum's under $1,000, not under 1,000, but it's like 1,800. So I bought some more. Now, mind you, timestamp it. I like to say, what is today's date? Today is March 10th, 2025. At the present moment, March 10th, 2025, I'm going to read the prices again because we're going to timestamp this. At the time I'm talking, it is approximately 10:22 a.m. We're going to timestamp. We're going to go back and look at this video and see if we were right, if we were wrong. Let's go ahead and timestamp this. Okay. This is not financial advice, but I'm advising myself to see if you're good later on, big guy. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy some more XRP because right now XRP is $2.04. I bought it at like $1.90 something. I'm going to buy some more Solana. What is Solana now? Solana's $1.20. All right. I'm going to buy a little bit more Bitcoin. Bitcoin has now dropped back down to $79,000. Okay. And I'm definitely going to buy Ethereum because Ethereum now is at $1,870. $1,870. Okay, Cardano. I'm not going to buy any more Cardano, but it's at 69 cents. And I am going to buy some more Sui. Why? Let's see what the price of Sui is. I'm going to jump over to Sui. Sui is now $2.11. So hang in there. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. It's an opportunity to get in. It's an opportunity. I'm not going to go head over heels in it. I'm just going to DCA in a little bit. If it drops a little bit more, but DCA in a little bit. And each time it drops, I'm going to DCA. I'm going to DCA in on the falling knife, as they put it. Because I don't know when it's going to bottom out, but I'm just going to little by little buy as it's going down, because I do know one thing: it's going to go back up. And when it goes back up, I'll have more in than what I had, plus have more cash. So rinse, recycle, repeat, people. Don't panic. Just DCA in and enjoy the ride, man. Other than that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. That helps the channel. That helps the algorithm grow. Thank y'all for joining me this evening. This is Chris with Crypto Secret X. I am out.